Snake has successfully infiltrated Shadow Moses Island. Once Snake reaches the surface, he must find a way to enter the nuclear weapons disposal facility. To rescue the DARPA chief who has been taken hostage, Snake avoids being seen by the enemy surveillance and infiltrates deeper into the disposal facility. Finding an intruder, the enemy soldiers swarm into the cell. Snake fights back immediately. The female soldier just stands there, unable to say a word. While shooting the enemies, Snake shouts at the female soldier, "What are you doing? Shoot! Don't be afraid!" As if regaining consciousness, the female soldier starts firing her FAMAS. With their help, the enemies have been wiped out. The female soldier then heads for the cell exit. The terrorists have already found out the detonation code from the DARPA chief. In order to stop the nuclear launch, Snake goes to rescue Armstech President Kenneth Baker, the person who knows the second and final detonation code. Foxhound member Revolver Ocelot. Snake fights a tough battle against this gunmaster, who can even control the ricochet of his shots. However, Snake drives Ocelot to bay by taking advantage of the weak point of the revolver gun. It's reloading time. Snake successfully rescues President Baker from Foxhound member Revolver Ocelot. However, Baker has already given away the detonation code. The only thing that can stop the nuclear launch now is the detonation code emergency override key given to Meryl, or Metal Gear Chief Engineer Dr. Emmerich. Right after Baker tells this to Snake, he dies of a sudden heart attack. Snake tries contacting Meryl at the codec frequency from the back of the CD case. Now that the terrorists know both detonation codes, the only thing that can stop the nuclear launch is the detonation code emergency override key given to Meryl, or Metal Gear Chief Engineer Dr. Emmerich. Snake successfully contacts Meryl, and with her help, the door at the north of the first floor of the tank hangar is now open. To rescue Dr. Emmerich, Snake exits through the cargo entrance and heads for the nuclear warhead storage building. The M1 tank approaches Snake on the snow-filled battlefield. The cannon fires and Vulcan Raven mockingly laughs from the top of the tank. The tank's cannon will not allow Snake to get close enough for combat. However, Snake uses chaff to confuse the M1's electric devices and approaches the tank. He throws the grenade into the hatch and successfully destroys the tank. To find out how to stop the nuclear launch, Snake heads to rescue Metal Gear Chief Engineer Dr. Hal Emmerich. Inside the nuclear warhead storage building, Snake sees a bunch of enemy soldier corpses and a flickering shadow of stealth camouflage. Sensing Dr. Emmerich's life is at risk, Snake runs to the lab at the northeast of the second floor basement of the nuclear warhead storage building. Wielding a sword, the cyborg ninja comes towards Snake. The ninja deflects all shots fired by Snake. "You cannot hurt me with such weapons," mocks the ninja, demanding a hand-to-hand duel. Snake accepts the offer and engages in hand-to-hand combat. A violent but pure physical battle ensues. In the midst of this fight, the name of one man comes in the mind of Snake. Snake successfully rescues Otacon, but is shocked when he finds out that the ninja he just fought is actually his former war buddy, Gray Fox. After Otacon discovers that Metal Gear, against his will, was developed as a nuclear warhead-equipped walking tank, he offers to cooperate with Snake. In his search for Meryl to get the detonation code emergency override key from her, Snake sees Meryl enter the women's bathroom and follows her. Meeting up with Meryl again, Snake gets the detonation code emergency override key. However, she only had one of the three keys. In order to stop the nuclear launch, one must deactivate the detonation code or destroy Metal Gear itself. From the north of the commander's room on the first floor basement of the nuclear warhead storage building, Snake and Meryl head for the underground maintenance base where Metal Gear is stored. However, Meryl suddenly starts acting weird. Meryl suddenly starts attacking Snake in the commander's room. Snake does not want to attack Meryl, but Meryl, on the other hand, does not hesitate to pull the trigger of her Desert Eagle. Learning from Campbell's codec message that Meryl is being brainwashed and controlled by Psycho Mantis, Snake knocks Meryl unconscious. Now unable to control Meryl, Mantis himself finally makes his appearance. Mantis makes his appearance and Snake fights him. However, Mantis dodges all of Snake's attacks as if he knew they were coming. Unable to do anything, Snake is injured by Mantis' telekinetic attacks. From Campbell's codec message, Snake learns that Mantis has been reading Snake's mind and can anticipate Snake's attacks. Snake outsmarts Mantis' mind-reading abilities and successfully defeats Mantis. The defeated Mantis tells Snake that the only way to the underground maintenance base is to go north from the commander's room and over the communications tower beyond the cave. Mantis then dies. To stop the terrorist nuclear launch, one must deactivate the detonation code or destroy Metal Gear itself. Snake and Meryl head for the underground maintenance base where Metal Gear is stored. They go through the Wolf Dog occupied cave and get to the underground passage leading to the communications tower. Snake and Meryl head for the communications tower, the only way to the underground maintenance base. But on the way, Meryl is shot by Sniper Wolf. Attaining the PSG-1, the only weapon to fight back and save Meryl, Snake defeats Wolf in a sniping battle. However, Meryl could no longer be found. Snake heads north to get hints as to where she went. In a blunder, Snake is surrounded by awaiting enemies. Snake and Meryl head for the underground maintenance base to stop the terrorist nuclear launch. But on the way, Meryl gets shot by Sniper Wolf and is taken prisoner. Snake is also taken prisoner when trying to rescue Meryl. Ocelot tells Snake that if he submits to the torture, he will kill Meryl. Snake resists the torture with Meryl's life at stake, but then is locked up in a cell. Now a prisoner, Snake was being tortured by Ocelot. If he submits, Meryl will be killed. While resisting the repetitive torture and waiting for the right timing to escape, Snake receives a codec call from Campbell. Snake resists Ocelot's torture until the very end and then escapes from the cell. However, he had no idea where the other prisoner Meryl was. To enter the underground maintenance base by detouring over the blocking glacier, Snake heads for the communications tower and gets to the underground passage. That was where Meryl had been sniped. The terrorists have already started preparing for the launch of the new type nuclear warhead. To stop the launch, one must use the detonation code emergency override key at the underground maintenance base in the north, or destroy Metal Gear itself. Infiltrating the communications tower, Snake climbed to the tower roof to detour over the glacier blocking the way. But as Snake tried to cross the walkway, a sudden missile hits the huge antenna. Liquid's Hind D attacks Snake, who was trying for the walkway of the communications tower A in order to detour over the glacier blocking the way to the underground maintenance base. Dodging the Hind's instant attacks and rappelling down the wall of communications tower A, Snake attains the Stinger missile. To end the battle, Snake heads for the roof of the communications tower B. On the way, he notices a strange existence awaiting him. Snake holds his SOCOM and jumps around the corner. Snake was attacked by Liquid's Hind D at Communications Tower A, but rappelled down the wall and obtained the Stinger, a weapon effective against the Hind. Snake meets Otacon on his way to use the elevator. Snake gets onto the roof of Communications Tower B to finish the battle with Liquid. Snake faces Liquid's Hind D on the roof of Communications Tower B. The 12.7mm Vulcan cannon shoots at Snake. Snake dodges the firing and shoots his Stinger at the Hind. Snake fights this tough battle against Russia's heavy battle helicopter and gets injured. But when one of many successful Stinger shots makes a hit, the massive Hind starts falling. Snake fought Liquid's Hind D on the roof of Communication Tower B, and successfully shoots it down. Taking a ride on the elevator of Communication Tower B, Snake gets to the snowfield north of Tower B. Snake heads for the entrance of the underground maintenance base north of this snowfield. He then gets sniped by someone and cannot advance. That is when Snake gets a codec call from Otacon. Snake stands in the snowfield north of the communications tower. There awaited Sniper Wolf. Snake accepts the challenge of Sniper Wolf. The victor of the tough but quiet sniping battle in the snowfield was again Snake. Convinced that he won, Snake heads north to infiltrate Metal Gear's underground maintenance base. He then spots Wolf, who has fallen onto the snow, and runs towards her. Snake again defeats Sniper Wolf, who awaited him in the snowfield north of the communications tower. After watching her die along with Otacon, Snake successfully goes through the entrance of the underground maintenance base. Snake takes the cargo elevator and heads for the lower level of Metal Gear's underground maintenance base. He then gets a codec call from Master Miller. Master Miller tells Snake, who was taking the cargo elevator to the lower level, that Naomi could be a spy. Snake does not believe what he hears. All he can do now is head for the underground maintenance base to stop the launch of the new type nuclear warhead. Snake reaches the bottom and infiltrates the underground warehouse. The underground maintenance base is within his reach. The deadly battle between Snake and Vulcan Raven begins. Snake hides himself among the containers piled up in the warehouse. Raven starts shooting overwhelmingly with his M61 20mm cannon and destroys the containers. However, it is once again Snake who won this battle in the underground warehouse at a temperature below 30 degrees Celsius. The defeated Raven braces himself against the wall to support his strength-depleted body. Right before his death, the defeated Raven reveals that the DARPA chief who died in front of Snake was actually Foxhound member Decoy Octopus in disguise. Master Miller also tells Snake that Naomi is using a false identity. Filled with feelings of doubt, Snake heads for the command room on the third floor of the underground maintenance base. He then gets a codec call from Otacon. Snake learns from Otacon's call that the new type of nuclear warhead equipped on Metal Gear is a stealth ballistic missile utilizing a railgun. While suspecting Campbell for hiding this fact, Snake heads for the underground maintenance base to stop the launch of this new type of nuclear warhead and finally gets to the command room. Snake finally got to the command room on the third floor of the underground maintenance base. However, the detonation codes have already been entered. Snake learns from Otacon how to use the detonation code emergency override key, but before having a chance to use it, he gets shot by Ocelot and drops the key to a lower level. Snake successfully gets the key in the drainage ditch on the first floor of the underground maintenance base, returns to the command room on the third floor, and enters the first PAL code with the key shape at room temperature. Snake tries to stop the nuclear launch by using the detonation code emergency override key. The key is made of shape memory alloy and changes in 3 ways according to temperature. The key at each of the 3 shapes is to be entered into each matching terminal. Completing entry of the PAL code with the room temperature shape key, Snake changed the key to the cold temperature shape and entered the second PAL code in the command room. Snake completed the entry of the second PAL code. To enter the third PAL code, Snake has to warm the key to get it into the warm temperature shape. When Snake gets on the cargo elevator to head to the blast furnace, the warmest place in the base, he gets a codec call from Master Miller. Master tells Snake, who is trying to stop the nuclear launch by using the detonation code emergency override key, of the assassination virus weapon, Foxdie, and that Naomi was the one who used it. When Snake was unsure of whether or not this was true, Campbell tells Snake that Naomi was arrested for spying. Filled with suspicion, Snake changed the key to the warm temperature shape at the blast furnace, takes the cargo elevator and heads for the command room to enter the third PAL code. He then gets a codec call. Naomi has been arrested by Campbell. There is no time left until the new type of nuclear warhead is launched. While feeling suspicious, Snake gets to the command room of the Metal Gear underground maintenance base and enters the third PAL code. Master Miller was actually Liquid in disguise. Liquid actually had Snake pursue his mission and used him in order to have him enter the detonation code and deactivate the PAL. After revealing all, Liquid locks Snake in the command room and pumps in poison gas. But with Otacon's help, Snake managed to escape. Snake sees Liquid from behind, running towards the cockpit of Metal Gear. Snake chases after Liquid. Metal Gear has finally been activated. Liquid mocks Snake, who could do nothing against the overwhelming firepower of the nuclear-equipped walking tank. Snake gets advice from Metal Gear Chief Engineer Otacon that if Snake destroys the Ray Dome, it will disable all sensors and force Liquid to open the cockpit. Snake can then shoot inside the cockpit and could destroy Metal Gear. Snake shoots his Stinger missiles at the Ray Dome while dodging Metal Gear's overwhelming attacks. Metal Gear's massive body finally starts to shudder. Gray Fox has died, but now Metal Gear's Ray Dome is completely destroyed. Liquid opens the cockpit door and starts attacking like wild to kill Snake. Snake faces this attack and fires his Stinger in anger and grief. The Stinger hits the now revealed cockpit. Metal Gear goes down in flames. Snake and Liquid engage in their final battle on top of the head of Metal Gear. The air raid is approaching and the time bomb counter is ticking. On goes the basic fight with no weapons other than their fists. At the end of the deadly battle between the two, Snake's finishing blow knocks Liquid off the top of Metal Gear. Trying to escape from the base, Snake and Merle hop into a jeep they found in the underground parking lot and drive down the escape route. After breaking through 2 checkpoints, they notice one jeep coming after them. "Snake! It's not over yet!" It was Liquid chasing them with blood in his eyes. They shoot at each other from their jeeps. Unable to outrun Liquid, Snake's jeep crashes into Liquid's at the end of the escape route. Now a prisoner, Snake was being tortured by Ocelot. If he submits, Merrill will be killed. However, Snake was unable to resist Ocelot's tough torture. Ocelot cold-bloodedly tells Snake that he will kill Merrill. While suffering in deep regret and waiting for the right timing to escape, Snake receives a codec call from Campbell. Snake couldn't resist Ocelot's torture and couldn't save Merrill. After escaping from the cell, Snake heads for the communication tower and gets to the underground passage. He can enter over the glacier. That was where Merrill had been sniped. Trying to escape from the base, Snake and Otacon hop into a jeep they found in the underground parking lot and drive down the escape route. After breaking through 2 checkpoints, they notice one jeep coming after them. "Snake! It's not over yet!" It was Liquid chasing them with blood in his eyes. They shoot at each other from their jeeps. Unable to outrun Liquid, Snake's jeep crashes into Liquid's at the exit of the escape route.